Hi guys, welcome back to meditation class. I just had some tech problems, so I'm hoping everything works. I was just trying to use these other headphones and there was no volume, so I'm hoping the problem solves itself. But the issue is I can't hear or tell if there's any problems. So we're just gonna act as if. So is it working? Can you tell me in the comments? I was just having issue with the sound. Thank you for letting me know. Um, and then we'll start. But yeah, I'm hoping everything solves itself. But we are back for meditation class tonight. So, what I was going to say is tonight for our practice, we're going to be focusing on more of like the feeling, more of the sensation aspect of our meditation practice. So, creating different sensations, feelings, and that can be anywhere from more of a emotion, an emotional feeling, like imagining memories, imagining points in time, and that can be past, future, etc., or more of like the physical aspect of the feelings, so sensations in the body, cold, hot, all that kind of stuff. So tonight I'm going to be kind of walking us through creating and imagining those feelings within our body. And then yeah, these skills are going to be kind of applied and used throughout the challenge. So last night we focused on more of like the vision, more of the being able to see things in our meditative state, and today we're going to focus on more of the feeling things in our meditative state, and then we'll work on the other sensations, the other senses throughout the challenge. So yeah, that's what we're going to be focusing on tonight. For this practice, you're more than welcome to lie down if you want, or you can stay seated. I'm going to be seated like I have been, seated upwards, feet flat on the floor. And I'm going to have you bring your shoulders back. Or if you'd like to get super duper comfortable, you can lay down on the couch or on your bed. And I'll give people a minute to do so. And for this practice, yeah, we're going to be here about 20 to 25 minutes. And we're going to be doing a little bit of a breathing exercise to start. And then we'll go into the sensation meditation. It's kind of hard to say. So let's see. Let us begin. So to begin, we're going to do a couple of rounds of breathing exercises. So I'll walk us through it. First, we're going to do a few just slow, deep breaths. I'm going to have us breathe in through the nose and breathe out the mouth. We're going to do 5 breaths like this, and then we'll continue to move through the practice. So closing your eyes, invite you to place your hands wherever is most comfortable on your body. And we'll close our eyes, just tuning in. We'll take 5 deep breaths, breathing in. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths, breathing in and exhale. Final breath, breathing in. Exhale. We're going to do a little bit more of an activating breath. So this is going to be about 30 seconds. And then we're going to do 3 rounds of this breath. I'll explain the process and then we'll do it together. So for this breath, it's going to be 2 inhales through the mouth. So kind of the opposite of what we're used to. and then 1 exhale out the nose. So the idea is we're going to be imagining bringing our breath into our stomach, bringing our breath into our chest, and then exhaling out the nose. So you can do this at your own pace, but I'll show you what it looks like. So breathing in, like imagine it going into your stomach, breathing in again, imagining it going into your chest, and then exhale out the nose. So we're going to do it together. And again, at your own pace for about 30 seconds. And then we'll pause. And again, 3 rounds. So let me get my little timer and begin. Ten more seconds, breathing in. 5 more seconds. Final breath. Exhale. And now bringing your breath back to its normal breathing pattern. We'll breathe here just gently for a few seconds before we begin our next round of this breath. So 10 more seconds of rest, and then we'll begin. And breathing in. 15 more seconds. 5 more seconds. Final breath. Exhale. Bringing your breath back to its normal breathing pattern. And if it's easier, as you take these 2 breaths, you could bring your hand to your stomach and then your chest to remind you to kind of place your attention in those areas. So 5 more seconds, and then we'll begin our final round of this breath. And begin. 10 more seconds. 5 more seconds. And bringing your breath back to its normal breathing pattern. Taking 1 deep sigh, breathing in, letting it all go, releasing audibly out the mouth. If you'd like to, you can now lie down and get super comfortable. We're going to begin our feelings meditation. So I'm going to describe some sensations to you, and just do your best to imagine what that would feel like in your body, both physically and emotionally. So we're going to begin with some physical sensations. So I'll just describe them to you. So in your body, do your best to imagine the sensation of the sun shining directly on your skin. What does it feel like when you're standing outside and the sun shines right on you? Imagining the sensation in your body of standing on the beach. What is the texture like of the sand or the rocks underneath your feet? What would it feel like if you were physically standing there? And perhaps you can't feel that quite yet. So creating that sensation is all about your imagination. So saying to yourself, if I was standing on the beach, this is what it would feel like. Kind of naming those sensations out loud for yourself in the mind to remind you, oh yes, that's what it would feel like if I was really there. Or building kind of this landscape within our mind. So we'll just stay here a moment, imagining the sensation of yourself standing on a beach. Imagine what it would feel like if you were to touch the sand with your hands. Imagine standing next to the water and the sensation of the mist from the water against your face. Little droplets of water and mist. Imagining what it would feel like to have the breeze, the wind in your hair and against your skin. Imagine what it would feel like if you were sitting on a bench, a park bench. The wood, the texture underneath your skin, underneath your body, your feet on the earth. What would it feel like for your body to be placed in that position, that seated position? And then moving into some more emotional sensations. Imagining yourself on this park bench and imagining your best friend or someone you love very dearly seated with you. What would it feel like to you to know you're not alone? To know that someone you love is with you and you're just hanging out and relaxing together. Nothing to do, nothing to see, just that present moment together. How would your body feel in that moment? Imagining the feeling of someone you love very dearly giving you a thoughtful gift, opening it up, and it's exactly something you would love, something perfect and just so thoughtful. What does that feel like to you when someone just genuinely thinks of you? When they just genuinely understand you and know you enough just to get you something just because? The feeling, the emotion washes over you. And imagining the sensation, the feeling, the emotion of genuine surprise, of something so delightful and so unexpected, and exactly what you were looking for. It's very synchronistic happening. When those magical connections happen, what does it feel like to you? When you know spirit, source, God, whatever you want to name this thing, fate surrounds you, and you get those little confirmations. What does it feel like to you? Imagining the emotion of receiving the answers that you were looking for. You had a question, and your question was answered. What does it feel like to receive the information you were looking for? Well, I'm going to move back into some physical sensations. We're just going to walk through a bunch really quickly, and don't feel pressure to move on from one if you're not finished. And don't feel pressured to conjure all of them. See which ones stand out the most to you. So imagine the sensation of velvet. What does velvet feel like? Imagine the sensation of syrup. Maple syrup. What does maple syrup feel like? Imagine the sensation of brushing your hair. What does it feel like to brush your hair? The sensation of the hairbrush on your scalp. Imagine the sensation of drinking warm tea. What does it feel like when that tea goes down the back of your throat? That warm sensation in your body. Imagining the sensation of a small dog seated on your lap. Would it feel like if a nice, small, beautiful dog was seated on your lap? Imagine the sensation of driving. What does it feel like to be driving? Imagine driving with the windows down. Imagine the sensation of standing on a train just as the train begins to move. What would it feel like to be in that train? Imagine the sensation of standing in the shower and the warm water flowing down your back. Imagining the sensation of someone holding your arms and stretching them out for you, stretching your muscles. Imagine the sensation of holding a pen and writing in a notebook. Imagine the sensation of holding your phone and typing out a message. Imagine the sensation of lying on your back in a damp pile of leaves. And you're going to take a few breaths here before we open our eyes. So, breathing in through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Breathing in at your own pace. Exhale audibly out the mouth. And 3 breaths in total. Breathing in. Exhale. Final breath. Breathing in. And if you're lying down, you can slowly begin to move your body to a seated position. You can begin just moving your body ever so slightly. until you're ready to slowly open your eyes. Stretching your hands over the top of your head. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Bring your hands back down to your chest, hands to your heart. And just checking in with yourself. If you created an intention at the beginning of this meditation challenge, or maybe you're just getting started with this practice, you could create an intention, but just taking a moment to kind of think about what is useful to me about building a meditation practice, and how can I take these skills into other areas of my life, and how can I kind of touch base with my intention for the challenge throughout the month. So we'll just stay here for a moment. And we'll be back tomorrow for more meditations. So, just closing out, we give thanks to ourselves for showing up for this practice. And we give thanks to our spirit guides, our angels, any, ethereal energies that are here to support us throughout this challenge, and encouraging us to develop our intuition in different ways that is helpful and useful for us in ways beyond just your meditation practice or your kind of intuitive practices, like using all those skills and that knowledge in day-to-day interactions. So I'm very excited about this challenge. I hope it has been helpful so far. And thank you for joining me live. And then thank you to everyone who's going to watch this later. And yeah, as always, I've mentioned this several times, but I always tell people, drink extra water. We feel like we're just closing our eyes, but we're really moving a lot of energy. So drinking extra water, being very mindful about making sure we eat enough food and all of that fun stuff. And I encourage you to kind of journal about your experiences, like what about this practice tonight was easier than some other classes or harder than some others. And even within that, like, oh, was it very easy to conjure this sensation of velvet, but it was so hard to imagine standing at the beach? Like, kind of just taking note for yourself to see your trajectory and like your experiences and how things shift and change throughout the month, and then continuing these practices after the challenge is over. So however you decide you want to meditate. So thank you. And yeah, I'm gonna put out the schedule for this week tomorrow on Instagram stories. I'll post the schedule for this week of meditation classes starting tomorrow. And then I'll also post it on like the little community tab on my YouTube page. So I'll be updating the classes. Tomorrow is probably going to be an evening class around the same time, like 5 or 6. But I'll be releasing the schedule in the morning so everyone knows. And yeah, I love it. That was very interesting. So I hope it was helpful. And yeah, have a wonderful night. Thank you. I appreciate you hanging out live, and I hope you have a wonderful night. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.